Hello again, everyone. This is my last interjection that I am putting in my playlist in between my very first introductory video, which is entitled Beginning to be Washed by the Otiot, Learning Our Master's Name. That one's about 9 minutes, and this one I am putting right before Beginning to be Washed by the Otiot, Learning Our Master's Name continued, because in between there I had accidentally pressed the pause button on my computer while recording, and it kind of cut up the video sequence. But of course, Abba Father does everything for a reason. So I have these other introductory videos that I've interjected in between, and when I was rewatching them to make sure that they all made sense, I realized that for someone who's new to learning about the Otiot and studying the word through the translations from the Ruach, by using the Otiot, if you don't have the cards and you don't have any background information on the Otiot, I need to highly suggest that you watch this video from, I mentioned my teacher's name is Alan Horvath, and he has a wonderful playlist on the Otiot, but this is the main one that if you don't really understand my previous video before this, my previous video was how do we leave our nets and follow him immediately in this world. So I got into just reading freely, no interjections, from the Otiot translation that I received. And if you don't have that background knowledge, then this is the video you need to watch. Right here, this one up top, the Otiot by Alan Horvath. It's 51 minutes long, and he breaks down each oat, what it means, very well. And of course I recommend all of his videos because they all intertwine and really help, especially to watch even before my videos, I would say, because, since he passed away, of course, his videos aren't being produced anymore, and people would often ask him, oh, can you do an Otiot study on this word or that word, and as time went on, he kind of stopped doing specific word studies and just would do studies on whole books, which is really awesome too, to give a better understanding than the English versions. And the difference between a version and a translation is a version is just when people do their best to translate from the original language into English language, whereas a translation is when a group of people get together and say, oh, I think it means this, or I think it means that, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos too, that I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and their Bible says the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, and they made that translation by giving their interpretation. So we don't want to get interpretations from other men. We want to get it directly from the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. So we need the Otiot to be able to do that. So this cuts the middleman, and you can go straight to Yeshua and receive the Meltah, the revelation from him. through the Ruach from Yahweh, our Elohim. So definitely watch this video, the Otiot, if you're having trouble understanding my previous video. And of course, my next sequence in this playlist are the ones that I was really having trouble figuring out the camera that I was using on the other computer, so please forgive me for the choppiness. It's definitely not the best of my videos. It was when I was first starting to do this, and I am really grateful that Elohim helped me to figure out a way to make it more clear from here on out so that you guys can follow along better. And thank you so much for your patience with me on figuring all this out. And again, I just want to emphasize that the next sequence of this playlist is mostly helpful to hear my interjections that the Ruach had me say, and also for the newbies of learning the Otiot to see how it ties in with the pictograph, each pictograph. And also one last thing that I need to mention is you can get these cards, well, you used to be able to get these cards from the Zazzle store, but right now, because of COVID, I don't believe they're selling them. I'll show you a picture really quick of the Zazzle store. Not to lose hope though, because you can still go to this same web page. See, Zazzle.com. So if you go to Zazzle.com and type in postcards and either Otiot or like Aleph, you can start with Aleph, scroll down, it'll come up. And then once you go to Alan's page, right here, you can find a poster. I'll pull up, I took a picture of the poster. Of each oat. And you can, of course, print that out, cut them up, and then they're not flashcards, but they're at least what you need to lay out paper and do your own Otiot studies. So there's ways around this virus that is causing so many problems. So may Elohim baruch your studies. Shalom.